baby.
Yes,
Sergeant
sir.
Mike, Brian in the
Jimmy
house.
Jams, what up, fun?
Oh man, just doing it, just doing it. How was last week? I know you didn't have a normal week. You were out of town.
Yeah,
Bus- business as usual.
business as usual. Had to go take a quick business trip. Also went to hang out with my son in Bandcamp in Tallahassee, but we came back Saturday night and I got caught up on the show on the weekend and we are back, baby. I'm happy to be here.
All right, good deal, good deal. Happy to have you back. I'm happy to be back because I tell you, we go with a week without, and I'm like, what's he doing? What am I doing? What's he
Yeah,
doing? What am I doing? We could be talking about this. Yeah.
right. All right.
So
We're taking notes of getting together on Monday and Sunday and trying to figure it out and, whatever. Here we are.
here we are getting stuff done.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna keep it sweet, keep it short. Let's get right into it.
All right.
First off on Friday was Chief Taylor Hazen.
Hazing in the house.
I guess it's wild being on the interstate. I mean, that's a life to live. I get, we have troopers, we have count, but he seems like he's all over the place. And man, running calls on the interstate, it seems sketchy. It really does. Semi trucks, people whizzing by. I mean, what's your take on interstate?
Yeah. Interdiction and interstate work is very difficult. And not to mention, they still do run like city calls because they're the police department, not the, highway people. But dude, it's wow because I know what you're talking about. You're talking about this crazy truck driver. What in the world was going on?
So listen, he was on the ground after running from his rig and he was just spouting off at the mouth. I don't want to be a truck driver anymore. I hate my job, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, I would hate to be a truck driver because you're getting pulled over and you're getting tickets, and the people that hire you, they don't care. They're just like, all right, well, you got too many tickets, we'll hire somebody else. And I was like, man, I really feel for this guy. Like, this job really took a toll on him, but you you ran from the cops. You went off on the deep end real fast.
Fun fact, I drove trucks for 6 months. I went to truck driving school and got my Class A license in Florida, and it is a miserable job. It is for the reclusive, and it's not fun.
Bro, I couldn't imagine. I mean, maybe if you were single and you had nothing to do in your life, but I just feel like I would be getting fat, I'd be lazy, and my back would be hurting like it's hurting right now sitting in this chair. Like,
Yeah,
I
they
would be.
they got some pretty comfortable seats, and the bunks are cool. But when you start off, you have to, be in a truck with some trainer, and usually that guy's not very sanitary. And
I would hope so.
yeah, it's a mess, dude. So kudos to the truck drivers all across America. Thank you for what you do. Without you, we wouldn't have a lot of our industry. But that guy was fed up, and I think he took it the wrong. Maybe running wasn't the best idea.
I mean, I think I would have just been like, all right, I'm sorry, I did this infraction, and guess what? Here's the keys. I'm leaving this truck right here. I'm done. And y'all could do whatever you want with it. I
He
think
could
that
have
would have stuck it to the man.
right. If I'm getting a ticket, I'm not having a good day. Can you take me to the hospital? I'm having some crazy thoughts, and they could have either easily Baker acted him or got him to a hospital as opposed to running, catching a charge, getting fired. It's not worth it.
It's not. Feel for the guy, obviously it took a toll on him, and hopefully he just gets a new job, maybe delivers pizzas or something.
Highway work is crazy. God bless Hazen and God bless America.
God bless the truck drivers. We appreciate you guys. Jumping into Brookford, the chief, another chief.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, man, he gets some calls that I think are just, they're like out in left field with screaming and no one wants to ID themselves. All the things follow him for some reason. Do you notice that? Like, he gets all the
Chief Armstrong, we need to talk to you, man. We want to figure out what is going on in Brookford because there are a lot of belligerent people who don't want to comply.
I mean, I feel like the chief's a nice guy. The accent, his young age, his demeanor, I think he comes off as, okay, I'm on the same level as everybody else. He's not the old guy that's like, 100 years old, and he's not
Dylan.
he's not. Wow. He's not like a cocky, like 20-year-old. I feel like he's right in the age bracket of most of the people he pulls over, but they just don't want to play ball with him for some reason.
So yeah, that him and that other officer on that track, he backed that officer up on the traffic stop, and
Hmm.
it just turned into absolute chaos. I mean, there's a baby crying that needs their diaper changed. There's a female going bonkers. It's raining. The guy in the driver's seat seemed like he was cool. He was just there. He was like, I have no idea what's happening here. Deer in the headlights, huh?
Yep, for sure. And I feel bad for the baby, like just getting tossed around the car. Like, okay, sit in the front seat, seat in the back seat. I was like, what is going on? And just all the screaming. It was a bit much. It was a bit much. And that rain, that was some Florida rain right there. I don't know what's going on up north, but that's rain we usually get, and whew,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
bad.
it happens quick. Yeah, it was a bad situation for the baby to be in, and we don't want to see that for the kids.
No,
Either officers, but a lot of times if kids are involved, there's a lower propensity for violence. So I like when the kids are there, and it worked out for them. I think that guy ended up going. Both of them went to go. They went to jail, right? The
yeah,
male and the
yeah.
female.
And grandma came picked up the kid.
But who was the guy driving?
I don't know. Seemed chill.
Why couldn't he just
But
take the kid?
I think he didn't have a. I think he has suspended driver's license. Listen, there was so much going on that I couldn't keep track. But I was like, I'm pretty sure this, and this, and this, and this is the order in my head. It's going down. But again, I could be wrong because there was so much stuff going on, and you're on the side of the highway,
Very dangerous. It was just
like
a very chaotic Friday.
very. And I don't know about you, but I don't like standing between cars.
Oh
I
God.
don't like standing between cars. Like, why everybody wants to stand between go off in the grass,
Yeah.
have your car bladed so that's a little bit
Yeah.
extra protection. But I see everybody on the show that wants to stand between the cars. I'm like, man, it's so sketchy there.
It is because if somebody A were to hit you from behind, you're getting pinned between your car and their car, or if there's a driver in that vehicle who's wanted for murder or something like that, he could just reverse and pin you between that car, crush you, take your legs out, then off he goes, and you can't chase him. So yeah, it's just a very dangerous place all around. But the highway seems to be, the common denominator here with these calls.
Hey, one thing you're familiar with, Toledo and high speed chases.
No comment.
What? No. Hold on. I got to wet my whistle for this one.
Yeah, Toledo was doing something this weekend, huh?
So it's cool. Didn't know they had the gang unit thing going on.
Oh yeah.
So that was pretty interesting. I didn't know that they have to have the patrol car first and the unmarked second. I don't know if that's a thing with you guys. That
It
was
is.
pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was just going round in circles, and then pulled over, dropped off a passenger.
Unreal.
And then the one girl gets out to get with the passenger, and then the other girl just takes off. And I was like, all right, kudos to her. Like, she's going for it. Bro, when she was driving, she was like mean mugging like this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
where's my co-pilot? She's back there. She was just gripping that wheel going. I was
Yes,
like, she's going for it. That's
well, that's one way to do it, especially if you're on a two-man car. A lot of times you get the passenger and a driver bail, and one can go for one can go for the other. It isn't the most officer safety friendly situation, but there were other cars behind her that we presume stopped and helped Officer Janowicki, or was it Earhart? One of the two. I got them confused at this point. Affect that arrest while she continued on. Now, the question I have for you, Jim,
all right. Go
I need
for
you
it.
to answer it honestly. There's a bailout of the driver after he hit that curb or that yard.
Uh-huh.
And what happened to the closest pursuing officer?
Got ghosted because I didn't see her.
I got an idea. Maybe she cleared the car for officer safety while the other officers gave chase on foot between those houses in that backyard. Likely.
Okay. We could go with that. I mean, you could go with that.
What are you going with?
I'm going with the boys handled business, and they jumped out and they gave chase through the woods, and they were diving through there like swamp men, and they got their man.
Well, my question it's plausible, but yeah, I think we would have heard her, saying clear, I'm clearing the car, clear. You know what I'm saying, and then giving those commands out because she's still mic'd up. I don't think we heard that, so a lot of people probably presume that we don't know what happened. when she got out of the car. I know she didn't hurt herself because she popped back miraculously up at the end when they grabbed the guy and drug him back through the yard. So I was like,
Hey, I don't know what happened. I'm just glad they got the guy. Sorry somebody lost a cell phone, but that's one of those things you gotta keep in a zipper pouch,
or
or
leave in the car. You dump it in the
or
car
leave it
while
in the
you're
car.
running on foot. I've done it a million times. Now I have lost my phone in the backyard, a wooded backyard before, and I didn't stop till I found that thing because I had just gotten mine too. It's always when you just get a phone,
Oh
something
yeah, for
crazy like
sure,
that happens. So,
for sure.
hey man, hey, all hearts for Toledo. Hey, I love you, Jimmy. Give me your feelings.
My feelings?
Next subject.
Boy, we're jumping over to Saturday night. That's what we're doing. That's
Let's
my
go.
feelings. Because the new the new guys, Frederick, Maryland.
Oh yeah.
Do you see that Mustang they stopped in the road? Tell me your professional opinion. Was he drunk?
First of all, did they actually stop the car? He might still be driving right now. The guy was likely intoxicated, in my professional opinion.
I get there might have been a language barrier, but in my reasoning, I would have taken the keys from him if I didn't have his driver's license, or I would have asked him to step out. That's what I would have done if I was there. I mean, is that wrong to think that? Because if he might be drunk, or he's not listening, or there's a speech problem, then I mean, yeah, he might just keep on driving, and because I didn't understand, Vietnamese.
Vietnamese, bingo. You get the guy out of the vehicle, we get that car shut off, something. It's a dangerous situation. And what we're thinking about when we're talking about stops like this is we talked about it before, liability. If that guy were to drive away speed off, he could be in 30 miles an hour and crash into somebody, a pedestrian, some mother with her kids coming home from wherever and kill them. We're liable for that because we
Mm-hmm.
allowed that to happen. So we have to make decisions that are in the best interest of public safety. We have to do them expediently.
I agree, and I guess we'll find out. Wait, they did say at the end of the show, right? They just let him walk home. That's right. They let him walk home. I don't agree with that. Like, if he was intoxicated or there was a language barrier and he walked home, he could easily walk back. Because
There's a yeah,
obviously he didn't stop the first 3 times when they
right,
told him to stop, don't go anywhere.
right.
I
Well,
don't know.
there may be another underlying issue we don't know about. Maybe a BTO, breath test operator issue, or some type of I don't know.
Hmm.
Sometimes you have issues logistically with DUIs. You're sorting through them, and in the absence of making a bad arrest, you don't make any arrest because their policy may state that if there's no crash, you don't have to make that arrest. We have to make certain decisions based on policy, procedure, and state statute. So I can't speak for them, but difficult situation, bro.
I guess
Difficult.
so.
Yeah. God bless y'all, Frederick. Welcome to the show, by the way.
Welcome.
Hopefully, you're getting the hang of this thing. Here's my message to Frederick, Maryland. From what I understand, you got a pretty nice community, pretty nice neighborhood. All right, so here's my message to you, Sergeant Bryant to Frederick, Maryland. Let's get it going, baby. Okay. The people want to see some action. They want to see you moving. They want to get to know your officers, your supervisors, your personalities. All right. So break it open, baby. Give it to us. No, break it like the alabaster box. Let those oils run down. We want to feel the magic in Maryland. Okay. Let's start a campaign. We want to feel the magic in Maryland. Welcome to the show, baby.
Wow, that was energy right there. That was nice.
I'm going to turn that into a short. I can tell you that right now.
Let's go. Not too short, because that was good.
We'll see.
Hey, I'm gonna circle back.
Let's go.
I'm putting this down. I'm circling back to Toledo.
Oh, baby.
So, first off, they have a lot of weapons calls.
Yes.
When you go on a call and there's some kind of weapon involved, I don't know. I'm asking if it's the situations that they're in, low lighting, closed doors, and possible guns or knives. Okay, flashlight, announcing? Do you have your gun drawn? Do you do all those things? I didn't see any of that, and I was in my head. I'm screaming. I'm like, get your flashlight out. Get your gun out. Tell me, am I overreacting when you go to a weapons call?
No. And they have a lot of these weapons calls because they have shot spotter or some technology that's close to it in that town, in that
Mm-hmm.
city. So they get these calls, and you're absolutely right. Shot spotter is so good, they can knock out 90% of these issues that are fake backfire calls and stuff like that. It's pretty accurate. And you can hear the shots back on your way to the calls. I'm presuming it was an actual gun call, shots fired call. So yes, our guns are out. We've got lights on our guns. I don't know what they have, and we're scanning the area. We're hyper vigilant at that time because you never know what you're walking into. It could be an ambush.
Yeah. I mean, the first one of the, I think there was three of them, three weapons calls, but one of them, they went to the house and no flashlights out, no guns drawn. Um, and then it turned out to be nothing. It was at a different location, I think. And then they went to another one, and then they saw the people inside the house, and there was no like. I saw the Ring doorbell. Like I would be pushing that if I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to get their attention. Maybe somebody didn't want to come to the door, but they saw the people, and then she was kind of just doing the look. I'm a cop. How about you announce yourself? Maybe get a little flashlight, put it on the badge. I don't know. I just feel like it was
You're
lacking the communication.
Man, you're all over Toledo tonight. You are all over them, and for good reason. As a layman watching the show, who has that experience with law enforcement and going through police academy and do one security and do all kind of odd jobs, you see so much on video and in your own personal experience, you know you have to be on it, man. You cannot be playing around when there's guns involved. It just rapidly evolves and it gets very dangerous very fast. So you don't want to see any cop not go home. So you are
I don't.
extremely concerned when you see these things. So Toledo, he's not coming at you sideways. He just has questions. And sometimes these questions need to be answered. Maybe somebody can come help us out. Let us know what's going on. Because I think, Jim, I think that we're just going through the motions because there are so many weapons calls that
There's a
sometimes
lot.
can let your guard down, and that's what gets you hurt as an officer. So come on, Toledo, step it up, man. We need y'all. We want y'all to go home safe and be good. Just come on, keep it tight, guys.
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta have that show of force, but also don't be complacent. They had the third weapons call that was the lady saying that it was, the upstairs people that she heard a gunshot. I mean, they were on the porch for a long time and it was dark. Like you could barely see them. I'm like, flashlights?
Recipe
Like,
for disaster. They could have thought
let's,
the person could have thought you were a prowler and just open fire.
I mean, maybe a perimeter set up. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
a
we don't
couple
know.
things that I would be like, hey, glad everybody went upstairs and cleared it finally, but
And the guy went to jail, apparently, based on what we know. It even had Dan confused because they were laughing and joking outside. He was like, well, there was, I guess, a hostage situation. I was like, oh, that's not good.
laughing, joking, and then the camera pans and the guy's still standing there with the rifle with the light on, and then the other guy with his service gun standing there. I was like, "Yep." I was like, "They're just laughing about something." And then what'd they have to tell us?
I don't know. Not much.
Nothing. Nothing.
I can tell you this. Shout out to Toledo. Sometimes that camera catches you in a very compromising situation, like calling, an optician and optometrist on camera, and then you're getting corrected by your buddy, and then you're screwed. So what can you do?
This is true. This is true.
God bless America.
But again, I don't want people to be complacent. I get it. You want
Yeah.
to put your hands in your pockets and you
Oh,
want to relax. You want to take it easy. Hey, man, there's a time and a place to put your hand in your pockets. When you're 50 or when you hang out with other officers, put them in your pocket. When you're with somebody that's not a friendly, get your hands out of your pockets.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Jimmy almost said 56 in, which means meeting up with another law enforcement officer in Volusia County. But yes, you're absolutely right. I've been guilty of this, walking around with my hands in my pockets, trying to look unassuming or not inviting. You know, this and the vest is very
In the
strange.
vest is I
Is
mean, I
another
see,
one.
I get it, it's
Yeah,
comfortable, but
it's tough, man. It's
you,
tough.
you can't.
Yeah.
You could get taken by surprise. I don't like surprises.
No, I know you don't. Neither do I. People they don't like to keep their hands on their gun, rested on their gun.
I get it.
And
I know it's not a good look. I understand that 100%. People automatically, oh, it's got his hand on his gun. She's got her hand on a gun. I get it, but pockets and vest is, I don't know, a no.
yeah, it's a pet peeve.
So
So if you have your hands in your pockets on the show a lot, we want to talk to you. No
I'll call
names.
you out. I'll call you out.
Next show, we're calling you out. Okay, tighten it up, folks. Let's go.
I mean, Saturday was a pretty busy night. Friday was a little blah. I mean, what did you think about the whole weekend?
So the whole weekend was a little bit underwhelming. Of course, we had the lady who was stuck in the large puddle. They drug that thing out for 30, 40 minutes. I'm like, oh, okay, come on, guys, let's go. And then the thing that happened, that just blew up the internet, the OPL internet and Twitterverse, was Master Deputy Arrington of Richland County proposing live on national television to his fiance. And guess what, Jim?
Congratulations.
She said yes. Just like we want you to say yes to liking and sharing and subscribing to our channel and letting your friends know. Say yes to us like he said yes to her. It'll bring you a lifelong enjoyment. I can promise you that. So
congratulations to them.
That's right. That's right. And then Indian River had the proposal of the homeless people. So it's love in any language, baby. I'm down with it. Are you?
I'm down with it. I'm glad, that we got to witness the homeless people getting hitched on the sidewalk. There was the uncomfortable silence while the officer stood there. I was like, okay, time to go. Okay, time to go. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
He just wanted to watch, I guess. That's cool.
Well, Detective Costanzo, I believe his name. I like the way he does police work, but that was a little awkward. Indian River, shout out to y'all, man. We love y'all. So
good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, but guess what?
Tell me.
The weekend is basically here. Okay, and this is gonna be a great weekend, Jim. I can tell you right now, without giving anything away, this weekend here is gonna be great. You hear me? Mark my words. If you're watching this right now, before first shift starts, get ready. It's going to blow your socks off.
Whoa. That good, huh?
It's going to be great. I got it's down in my bones. I feel it.
Let's go. You got anything else?
No, man. I love the people. I love, P Live. I love the show. And I'm happy to be back.
We're glad to have you back, fella, because...